Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are again back on a Sunday evening, and hope everybody enjoying this Sunday evening. Except for them folks down there in Montgomery, Alabama, on that boat dock.
Ooh.
Big Willie
Good
Styles.
old fashioned whooping right there,
Oh
boy.
man, Big Willie Styles, King Wiseman, Cass is in the building. Dynasty Sports Network back at you guys again for another sports holiday weekend. What's going on, fellas? Man, how y'all feeling today? Wiseman, man, what's the word?
Man, life is good. I am very happy to be here, as always, man. So, yes, I'm very happy to be here. I'm ready to rock and roll, baby.
King.
Man,
What you do, man?
it's been a long and eventful week, boy. Training camp has been a blast, an absolute blast.
Listen, I agree with you on that one. So let's get into it, man. Listen, Lions training camp. We've been there all week, man. So, King, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, man. That training camp experience that you had this past weekend. Tell us about it, man. How did you feel going into training camp today?
So, man, like I said, just going into training camp, being around that
Environment every single year, man. It's an experience in itself. You get to see so many people, so many personalities for us, like ourselves, content creators alike. Some of the top, Detroit Lions beat writers and players, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you get to go out there and watch a team. That's what everything is about. So, just the electric atmosphere this year is crazy. I've never seen nothing like this. I've been to at least 5 training camps for 5 years straight. I've never seen it like this before. This is a whole different game. We sold out tickets this season, at Ford Field. So, whenever you got to put tickets on a training camp, that'll tell you where the buzz is, when it comes to your team. So, yeah, it's been dope, man.
Now, Wise, man, I know this was your first experience at training camp, so you just let the fans know how it was going for you for the first time.
I was like a little kid out there, man. Like, I took it all like I was like, yo, I'm really here. Yo, there go Hutch. Yo, there go everybody. And just saying everything, man. Like, no, it was cool though, man. Speed of the game is crazy. Just seeing some of our rookies flying around. It was an amazing experience, man. Amazing.
Well, for me, like I said, this is there's multiple times going out there too. Lions training camp, and like you said, Kane, this year was a little different, man. First off, had to bear some of the weather, the heat, man, staying out there in the stands. Gets a little hot, but most of the days it wasn't too bad. And the atmosphere, like you guys said, is amazing to see. Like the energy going forth with the Lions in the training camp. And watching these guys get out there on the field. So I want to know from you guys, what you guys noticed, like who stood out, who didn't, who did you pay attention to, and who you didn't pay attention to. Let the people know, what you're seeing out there, because they want some exclusive, for the people who wasn't able to make it out there, because I know those tickets was hard to come by.
For me personally, again, I was really focusing on our rookies, man, just to see, because I already know what the vets is bringing to the table. Just kind of want to see how the new guys is gelling with the team. Brian Branch stood out a lot. That kid all over the field, man, never really out of position. Come up, he'll hit you, all that. Jahmyr Gibbs, another one. The kid, nice, man. Like, he got baptized when I was out there. CJ Gardner, welcomed him to the NFL and got up and let him know about it. But for the most part, Buddy was out there doing his thing, man. I liked what I saw out of J-Mo. Couple drops, but, I'd rather him have it now than later. So I'm okay with that, get the rust off. Man, overall, we look great. When it comes to our defense, because, again, that was one of the weakest points on the team last year, especially early off going. Just looking at how we're built and how we're made up, man, I really feel like it's going to be hard for Tracy Walker this year, man. Because with all the safeties that we got right now, man, and them boys it's tough and it's good because we need those tough battles, man. We need those tough camp battles. So overall, I love what I see, man. Like, I didn't really see nothing that had me worried. It was like, same old Lions. Like, nah, man, it's for real, Jack. We looked amazing. I'm excited. I'm pumped up, man. I can't wait.
I feel you on that. King, give us your expertise, my brother.
Who stood out?
Well, for me,
It's kind of hard for me to really single some guys out.
the defense stood out to me. The defense, bro, in general, from the trenches all the way back, they stood out to me, man. Guys coming off that edge quickly. Hutchinson in the backfield quickly. You know what I'm saying? So Lynn McNeil, they shifted him out to the edge. He in the backfield. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Right. Brian Branch, sacks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a collective effort, man. And seeing them, out there getting picks from the linebacking core to the secondary, man. Like I said, the defense overall has just been, it's night and day right now with the offense so far in training camp. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be battles. Trust me, Jared Goff has been throwing some darts out there at times, especially to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's been unstoppable.
For anybody, yes.
For anybody, man. So, like I said, Laporta's been a big-time guy. Big-time guy. You know what I'm saying? Very impressed with him, man. So, who didn't stand out? I would say who didn't stand out is the guys that just haven't been the most consistent and available because, I was looking forward to seeing Vaitai. It's been on and off with that. Looking forward to seeing Mims, but Mims, tweaked his I think it's his ankle. He tweaked it. He tweaked this time. This is the second time he did it though. So like I said, it's been on and off. He's shown some things and then boom, tweak his ankle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just been hit and miss. J-Mo's practicing one day, he's not practicing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So but that's all training camp. That's just what it is. It's training camp. That's how practice goes, man. It is what it is, but yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So for me, who I said stood out, honestly, it's been the guys that usually go up under the radar, and that is the undrafted free agencies. Mo Abraham at the running back position looked good out there. Drummond at the wide receiver position has been making play after play after play, in which he's bowing for to take one of those wide receiver roster spots if he keeps doing what he's doing. Also, Quinn, when Kennedy went down, they signed Quinn to come in. He's been looking, pretty particular out there. Also, Thomas, the cornerback. He's also been making plays. So a lot of
him
guys.
And J-Mo been going at it, Jack.
He is very sticky.
Going.
Yeah, and he's been irritating as ever.
Yeah.
So guys from the veteran guys, the drafted guys, the unrestricted free agents, the competition all around has been just up to par. And like you said, King, defense overall as a unit is vastly improved from what we seen last year when we were at training camp. And you can feel the difference. You got a guy like CJ Gardner-Johnson who brings that energy, and you see it all over the field. And then suddenly he's just such like him as a professional. It shows out there on that defense, and it brings that energy. Then you got a guy like Campbell, Jack Campbell getting drafted. Him being paired with Anzalone, it just seemed like there's no step lost when he comes in and play next to a veteran guy like Anzalone. So I'm looking forward to seeing the defense play. I know this upcoming week they got joint practices with the Giants, and then preseason game will be this Friday, which we that Dynasty Sports Network, of course, will be in the building. So
we in the building, baby.
And y'all see us, please say what up though to your fellas, because we're gonna be in the building. Might be a couple of dilly down, but it's all in fun and games.
Hey, Willie, I just want to say this because I don't want to leave him. I want him to get his spotlight as deserved. On the defense, even though I love the defense, one guy who stood out, Barnes. Barnes has stood out. He's been all over the place. So I think he's ready to take that next step forward, you know what I'm saying, which is a great thing for us. But Barnes has been very, very, very impressive since the first practice.
Oh, and two, Big Broad, man.
Yeah.
Grown man and that 3-tech, man. And that, oh, my God.
Listen, they say
that kid is unblockable, man.
It's just been
long arms.
Yeah, man. That's God given right there, Jack.
It's just been so good seeing like everybody at these positions, come out now. Who I say hasn't stood out to me, and I feel that it's probably gonna make a change if something doesn't happen in this preseason game. It's the backup quarterback position.
That's dead to me. That's dead.
Until Hooker come back, it's just like whoever back there. Let's just hope Goff don't get hurt.
Quit playing around and go get Bridgewater, man.
Hello,
listen. And I was saying when we was at camp Saturday, King. He was talking about it, and I was saying I believe what's going to happen. They're going to see what that backup situation look like when this first preseason game, go along. And if it doesn't really bode well, I can see them go ahead. Let's go ahead and bring Bridgewater in.
Yeah, but I feel like you got to get them before somebody else do. I would rather pull the trigger now than later. But a lot is going to tell after this first preseason game on how Sudfeld do or whatnot. I feel like if he's struggling too bad, then they got to make a call, because my thing is we got the capital to get him. Let's go ahead and get him a 1 year, $5 million deal. Let's get him there for that insurance. And then, like I said, we'll be fine going forward because we got Hendon Hooker that's coming back from injury. We're going to be straight, but Nate ain't it. That's just
listen, and I would say, knock on wood, prayers up that, and it's crazy that we're saying is that, like, we need not for Goff to go down at all.
No, sir.
Because that backup situation, to me, it doesn't feel safe to me. And that's why I believe, and this is my premonition, that this first preseason game is going to be that telltale of what is that we do with that backup quarterback situation. Speaking of preseason, is officially underway. Now, we just had the Hall of Fame game this past Thursday, and now we are officially into preseason territory. So I know you guys are excited. I know my guy Wise, man, he got so excited that during the Hall of Fame game, he went ahead and called off work the next day. He said, I wasn't even going in.
For what? Football on. I don't want to sell nobody nothing. I want to watch football.
Now, Wise, man, you got to let the people know. You got to give them your information, what it is during this season. I want you to give your spiel of when football season is upon us, my brother.
I don't know if I can give y'all the
clean version,
rated R version, the rated R version. But when football on, ladies, you want me to go that far? You want me to go there, bro?
Hey, listen. It's your show, man. Go for it.
Hey, listen. Ladies, when football is on, don't ask us how your day was. We don't care. Yes, that dress makes you look fat. No, we don't like your mom or none of your siblings. Yes, we don't like none of your friends. If it ain't got nothing to do with you grabbing us some beers, some wings, or you just want to sit here and watch the game with us, don't ask us how your day. We don't care. We're not listening. We'll probably do like this, but we ain't listening for real. So I hate to say that, but you got to have proper football etiquette, women, if you don't like football. Now, for the ones that like football, by all means, you have you some brews and some dillies, and you get you some wings too. But for the ones that don't, knock it off. We don't care.
No, it ain't too many manly households out there, man. Some of these men, they be begging to watch football.
Hey, listen. How my homeboy always say, man, some men run their house, some men run around their house. Man or mouse, which one are you?
Hey, listen, preach, brother, preach.
Hey, don't listen to me, man, because some of y'all gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Hey, listen.
They gotta understand what time of the year it is. Listen, if you've been in a relationship long enough and you got you a gentleman that's into football, you know what time of the year it is. Don't cause yourself to get divorced, because that's grounds for divorce, in my opinion. If you go in and try to mess up my football season, you're gonna have to
irreconcilable differences. Your Honor, she don't respect football.
Y'all gonna make me say it, man. Listen, shut up and sit your ass down somewhere.
Man, you hear me?
That's it. Period. Move. For this 2 hours out of this entire day, leave me the hell alone.
That's it. It could be so simple, right?
And listen, and to my ladies, that, and we do have some ladies in this podcast right now, in this broadcast, this is a great time and opportunity for you ladies to go ahead and get away from some things that you normally wouldn't get away with, like going out and shopping, staying out all times of day, not texting, calling,
coupon, and do something.
You can do all of that and get away with it. We might throw you a little
touch my
couple
wallet.
pieces couple of pieces of change, and so you can leave us alone. Like, here you go. Just get out the way. Get you down into the game. But otherwise, like you said, man, maybe a couple of wings, maybe a couple of sliders, a couple of brewskis, drinks, whatever it may be, and enjoy the ride.
That's it. It could be
Football
all
season
so
is
simple.
upon
ladies.
us, man.
Hey, this is it right here, especially with the Lions being good.
Okay,
You bet.
let's
to
talk
move.
about it.
Move out my way.
Hey, and shout out to everybody in the chat, in the comment. Yo, we seeing all your comments. Yo, keep them coming. I'm looking at every last one of them. Y'all got me over here cracking up, man. Keep
Yeah,
them
so we
flowing,
having fun today because the
Yes, sir.
excitement is in the air, man. And I also want to address, like I said, with training camp going on. I know we talked about this last week, but I want to reiterate it again because now you're seeing focal points going on inside the den. That last episode where they went into depth about the whole draft coverage. When you see what they did for the draft and you're seeing what's going on in training camp, King, I know you had just recently did a video reiterating those moves is made. So I want you to give, because like I said, we went into it last week and we can talk about it now with training camp going on and those draft picks and what they did and what they showed inside the den, how they coincide with one another and how that is playing out on the field.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, we just need to give Brad Holmes a hand for what he's done so far, because this man has went out there and got guys who can start, but guys who can potentially start in the very near future. So, like I said, when you look up and down the draft and what he did in the draft, I don't see how you can really argue that either one of the selections is a bad selection. Whether it's the player that you wanted or not, all of those guys will be able to come in and fill a role. So when you look at the way that they had everything set up, when they had their list, their board set up, they went and got the guys that they wanted. So whether we wanted them or not, we can't be selfish about it. You know what I'm saying? Whether we wanted them or not, doesn't matter. Brad Holmes has a job to do. He has a job to do. His job is to put a team out there that's going to play hard for us and that's going to win games. So if those players fit what him and Dan Campbell are trying to do, we just got to respect that. So going to training camp and seeing some of these guys and these attributes that they explain on why they got these guys, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because we're not just out here just drafting just to draft. These guys are specifically good at specific things, and you're seeing it right in front of you. So that's why training camp has been a blast, man.
And King, I want to reiterate with what you said because I had to watch Inside the Den a couple times because I watched it and then I went to training camp and then I watched Inside the Den again, and it puts everything into perspective as to, like you said, why they drafted the way that they did. Now, I know during the draft, of course, it's the draft. We get a little hype. We get a little emotional because, things didn't go the way that we thought that it should. And a lot of people question why they pick who they pick, why they picked them in a position that they picked. And particularly, it was just the first two picks in the first round. It really that got people a little spicy.
It was where.
It was where.
Where.
But like you said, you have to watch. And I deplore you guys, if you haven't watched the latest episode of Inside the Den, it's the third episode.
It's a jewel, man.
It's a definite jewel because people didn't realize that the guys that they drafted at that position were going to get drafted at that position. If the Lions didn't draft them, other teams was going to draft them at that.
They wasn't making it out the first round.
They wasn't making it out the top 20, period.
Yeah.
So kudos to the Lions for doing their due diligence. And I said it last week. What was very important about the process in regards to how the Lions draft is the scouts. Each scouts have their region on where they go and look at these players and how they look at these players. Also, the draft and interview process. You see how Gibbs, his interview was, off the chain.
Yes, it
Jack
was.
Campbell, he came in ready to take notes. They was high on Branch. Laporta, he said, listen, I would do any and everything. And all those, the coordinators and the coaches, they came out of those interviews like, okay, these are our guys. And they said they had 14 players in their first round pick. And those 4 that they drafted, the top 4 that they drafted was part of that 14 that they had on the list. So shout out to Dan Campbell, shout out to Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions organization as a whole for sticking to what they're doing. And you got to remember, like, listen, the last 2 drafts that we didn't have been successful. Am I right?
100%.
So
all our rookies is making moves.
At this point, we got to trust the process, more or less know what they're doing. Because not just in the first rounds, but in those mid rounds where there's a lot of talent to be had. Listen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, man, look where he got drafted at. You know what I'm saying? He's ready. That's man. Listen, that guy's gonna have an all-pro season.
I always say it's a fan thing, man. That where a player is drafted matters. When it comes to organizations, winning organizations really don't matter. If they like a guy and they see something in this guy, they're gonna draft him, whether it's early or whether it's in a later round, whatever it is, they're gonna make that move. For fans, it's like, okay, you drafted him here, so he needs to be here, and he needs to do this where
according to the mock draft, they had him as a second or third round grade.
We are the most professional sitting on the couches GMs I ever seen in my life.
Oh,
listen,
man,
I'm in the Lions group, and I was seeing some of these picks, and I was just like, thank God you're not our GM, because what the hell are you talking about, G? I saw some mess in there, man, and I just, I had to excuse myself from that particular group because the amount of stupidity, my mother wouldn't be proud of me sitting in that thing like that. So I had to get up out of there, man.
Not at all. And see, the thing is this, so I think what it is, and it happens usually around the time where you got the combine and then the draft is coming up. That's when people start to come out. See, they're not doing the due diligence during the college season when we're watching these games and in between times to understand how these players work and where they're coming from. So when they get to the combine and they get to watching the ESPNs, the FS1s and the NFL networks, and they hear what the former players and the mock draft experts, how they get going on, that's what they feed off of. And then they get tied to that and don't understand why GMs and what the Lions did, what they did. But that's why I say it's very important. And I feel like if you guys haven't seen it, and I'm gonna say it again, watch Inside the Den, man. It's definitely going to open up your eyes and ears and hopefully your minds to this draft process and how much it takes to get into it. So when you question them and call them stupid and say, "Oh, that was dumb," these men's been putting in months and years of work for you to just insult them like that. So
X.
And to answer your question, 5-star, Sorsdale has been fine. He's been with the 3rd unit though. He was a pick, that was to, come in and be depth, down the line. So right now he's been with the 3rd unit. He's been fine up there.
Yeah, most definitely. And as a whole, I haven't really seen any sore spots out of this Lions training camp. Of course, we'll see you going forward, like I said, with the joint practices in the preseason. But overall, it was a great camp, man. I enjoyed myself being there. But the one thing that stood out while we was at camp, man, I know Cass, King, we were getting a lot of question marks and hearing a lot of things, man. It was this J-Mo situation. That's just
annoying thing ever, man.
It is, man.
Listen, this guy is under such a microscope right now that anything that he does is amplified 1,000.
When I've yet to find out one thing that he did that's outrageously wrong.
Nothing.
Whether it's NFL rule or not, it's a dumbass rule.
It is. Because, he was out of town somewhere with the team and he gets fined for that. He gets suspended for that. It's weird. And everybody that's talking, and every time I see it, I try to make it my business to say, hey, I was at training camp that day. J-Mo did not throw a punch at that man. It was a bubble screen drill. It was a bubble screen drill. And J-Mo, it was a nice, they made, nice contact, whatever the case. It was pushing and shoving afterwards, and then they try to demonize this kid. And it pisses me off so bad because, again, he ain't never done nothing wrong for real. You know what I'm saying? Again, that suspension for the gambling, that could have happened to anybody because, again,
and it has happened to anybody.
And it was because it was so much gray area in there to say, all right, well, you can do it here, but you can't do it there type of vibe. But then, like I say, they demonized this kid so bad. But when he started making plays, everybody going to jump back on him. Oh, J-Mo, keep that same energy.
let me. I've been
Our fans are so weird, man.
Outburst about this for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The dumbass rule.
What's your?
Betting on college. This man wasn't even in the goddamn arena. So you can miss me with that. Everybody likes fireworks. Everybody.
Come
All
on,
of y'all that's complaining like fireworks. Just because some dumbass NFL player blew his finger off some years ago, don't mean you're gonna blame J-Mo. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, he's the only case out of a million players that's done that. Like, let's knock it off.
It's like, okay, like it's what are y'all complaining about? We know what you're complaining about. You know, at the end of the day, we know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of alluding to what Big A just said in the comments. We know what this is. We know what this is.
It's a certain look.
I don't give a fuck. I say it. Some of you motherfuckers just love to rain on them because you're low key. You're racist.
You don't like,
let's talk about it, King.
Listen. They don't like the way, and we seen that out at the when we're out at training camp. He has a certain look that people don't like.
They don't show you know, they try to hide it, or they don't show it much when he's in the neighborhoods giving out things to kids, buying kids things, donating to this, doing all of these things, right? They don't show all of that. But soon as he farts, here they come.
The kid had a whole free clinic for all the kids in Detroit. Nobody's talking about that. Instead, we want to talk about him lighting fireworks and him getting into a regular ass training camp. Travis Kelce just punched his teammate in the back of the head twice. Mm-hmm. Nobody said nothing about that. But God, J-Mo get into a mix-up. Oh, he's the worst kid on the planet. He's going to be a bust. Man, some of y'all fans are so terrible, man. And y'all weird. And stop being weird. I'm going to tell you that flat out.
It was weird because...
And not even just fan. It's a small group of the fans.
No doubt. And we know who they are.
It's the media. The media is my problem.
And King, I hate, because like after we left, even after that event, they were so quick to go Twitter finger and say, oh, J-Mo threw a punch. Listen, if you ain't smacked your teammate upside the helmet a couple times, you ain't never been to practice.
That part. And you ain't competitive. Like, it happens when you compete, man.
You throw up, you smack him, you get smacked back, they break it up, you on to the next play. Then we were out there Saturday.
Football is a high testosterone sport, man. Like, shit is going to happen. Relax.
We were out there Saturday. We were trying to figure out, what is it that, why he wasn't out there. And everybody that was around had some negative response. Oh, he got into it with Coach Randall the other day, so they may not let him come out to play, or he may be faking hurt, or he doing this or doing that. And we were sitting there like, my goodness, it's like, maybe, okay, he just coming off an injury. They may have allowed him to rest. He may be hurt, or they just may allow him to
but my thing is, none of those things you said is on his track record ever from the history of this kid playing football. Not at Bama, not at no high school that he went to, not at Ohio State that they said that J-Mo was a problem child. Like, never.
But they're
the media is giving him this bad narrative, and everybody just running with it. Like, it's weird, man.
It was irritating being out there, King. I know me and you was like, what is going on? It's like,
I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm surprised. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. They make up out of thin air for a reason. Let's just be honest about it.
Facts.
I mean, listen, I love where we are. I love our country, but it's America, bro. Like, it's America. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens in the media. If the media can pick something up like that and just put a hot ride in you, they gonna do that, man. That's what media does. Yeah. That's major pause. That was wild.
Hey, yo.
I'm not gonna let you run away with that one, my boy.
But that's just what it is, man. You know what it is. You see, like, for instance, a player that we've all been talking about with Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Carter does what thousands and thousands of college kids do. They race cars. They do it. They go out, they party, they get drunk. Some of y'all daughter probably in a room with 5 guys right now. So in college, it just happens. Unfortunately, someone lost their lives. I understand that, right? But we took it and we made it seem like this man took a gun and shot somebody and blew their head off.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So it's wrong on both sides of the situation. You shouldn't be racing. But let's not act like we don't know what the hell kids do in college. Please stop that. Be realistic.
Listen,
I agree, man. I just feel like everybody need to just chill out. Like, because again, once J-Mo get on the field and he start making plays, man, all this shit gonna go out the window. So let's just nip it in the bud now. Like, if we always say Detroit versus everybody, but we seem to demonize and, you know, try to belittle or down our very own. You know what I'm saying? Like, he us. You know what I'm saying? Until he does not have on a Lion jersey, he us. We need to protect us. Like, let's stop being weird as a fan base, man. For real.
Most definitely. I'm glad we brought this up because it was just irking me this past week. So
I'm here for that purpose. I'm here to say what other people don't want to say because I don't care.
Hey, listen.
You know what? And I be trying to be PG-13, man. But King, I be like, you know what? I'm kind of new to the show. I don't want to be like,
the
I'm an asshole.
Will always reign. I don't care who get mad. The truth always makes people mad. I don't care.
Facts.
Yeah, listen, we like the truth over here, man. We like to speak our mind, and that's what we do here at Dynasty Sports Network. So I guess we can take a quick break, you know, wet our whistle a little bit, and on the other side, we got some more sports talk we're going to get into. So let's go ahead and jump into this break, and then we got some more we're going to get into, man.
Wow, black-owned shoe store. Culture. My culture, though. See what they talking about in here. What's up, little dog? You good? Y'all got something here for me? I'm talking about exclusive. They got all the dunks? How many dunks they got? Something like these. Y'all got a little vibe in here. They buying shoes, selling shoes, sleep. It feels like the culture. They dunking on people. Oh, they on TikTok. They looking out for the kids. Oh, man, this is great, man. Oh, they got all different races working here. It just really feels like culture.
You're looking for a black-owned shoe store to get some real drip at? Come up here to Culture Detroit, man. That's what the streets been missing. Welcome home, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is Culture Detroit, located at the Avenue of Fashion on Livernois, 19327 Livernois. So if you ever guys in that facility, go ahead, stop in, tell them Dynasty Sports Network sent you. Our brothers in there would definitely look out for you guys, man. So that being said, we got a little bit of Pistons talk, man. Listen, the Team USA had their workouts, and from reports and, you know, video footage that we've been seeing, our fellas have been putting in work. King?
Cade, man. Cade, a different animal and a different beast, man. Cade, Duran, Jaden, man. Jaden been killing pro A&M. You know, Cade and Duran, they went out there and whooped Team USA, playing for, you know, the select squad, man. So, man, they've been doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing a lot of footage with Marvin Bagley, him and Andre Drummond out there in them camps playing together or whatever, man. So, like I said, it's been fun, man, over the summer, keeping up with the Pistons young group, man, the young core. But Cade is just on a different level. It's just on a different level, man. The man was just, I mean, he made everything look so easy. He didn't miss not one shot. Not one shot during the scrimmage, dude. You know what I'm saying? He was just levels above everybody. He made everybody else out there better at the same time. That's what he does. That's why I was so excited to get him. I love players that make other players better. That's Detroit basketball. Chauncey Billups made everybody better. Isaiah Thomas made everybody better. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's basketball. That's what it's about, bro.
Most definitely. Now, if you haven't peeped, and you know, there's always that comparison. My guy K had on that number 33 out there.
Oh yeah,
and then my guy number 33, Grant Hill, is on the coaching staff as well. So it's kind of it's kind of a good thing to see, and it's good for us, and it's good for the fan base to see what we was missing this past year. Reason why we didn't go as far as that we did. And the reason why I feel that we're going to go a lot further than a lot of people had predicted us to be. Now, just last week, they came out with the rankings. We were ranked dead last. I don't believe it. Honestly, I don't believe it. I feel with the healthy Cade and with the young guys that we have, plus the veterans, I think we could be better off than what that last ranking could be. Now, are we ready to compete as far as like making a run into the playoffs? I'm not. I wouldn't say that. I do feel like we are on the cusp of a play-in, maybe a low playoff seed. I think we can get to that point. But like you said, seeing what Cade was doing out there, it brings that hope back to this franchise, because that leadership that he shows is what drew me and King and all of us to that, because I feel that was the piece that we need. That was that foundation piece that we need going forward, was a floor general and a leader. And that was him when we got that first pick. I wasn't, no doubt in my mind, it wasn't no Jalen Green for me. Talented as Jalen Green was, that's not the need of the Pistons. We needed that. We needed a future leader, and that's what we got.
And we didn't need Jalen Green's extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, but you're right, Willie. You're absolutely right. The reason why we was excited, man, simply because of the dimensions, the different aspects that Cade bring to the game. It's not just like per se Jalen Green. You know what you're gonna get with him. That's scoring. You're gonna get scoring, but that's it. With Cade, you're getting leadership, you're getting scoring, you're getting defense, you're getting so many things wrapped up in one package. Cade doesn't have to go out and give you 30 points to beat you. He can spread the ball around, no problem, and destroy you. But on any given night, he can put a
He
good
can
foot
go off.
in his
Yep,
head
he
if
can
he
go
wants
off.
to.
He's a complete player, man.
Yes, he's complete, man.
Yep,
he's a complete player. And like I said, while he was hurt, it just seemed like a lot of the Detroit Pistons fan base forgot that. They forgot that, all the excitement that we had when we drafted Cade, it's like it simmered down something. I was like, what's going on? Y'all know what we doing. Cade went down. They want to correct that shin. It's not like he was just out there playing and it happened. This is something that's been bothering him since college days. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to get that corrected, so you can get the Cade that you see right now, the one that's ready and primed to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So with Cade and with Ivy, do not sleep on Ivy either. Good Lord, do not sleep on Ivy. Cade and Ivy in that backcourt, man, it's gonna be some special things. The Ren out there, and man, like I said, there's gonna be some surprises this season for a lot of fans around the NBA, because the Pistons are going to beat some teams, and it's gonna be like, wait, man, where did these dudes come from? You know what I'm saying? We tanked. We know what we did. We tanked. Why everybody was complaining? You know what we was doing.
Cade went down. It's tank season, baby.
Yes. We got rid of the tanking coach. He's in the office now. Now we got the coach that's going to bring us some wins to the table. You know what I'm saying? So we know what this is,
The
man.
talent is there.
It definitely is. And the thing that we have to acknowledge, and what came out with in regards to the Team USA, Cade is on the team in which they're going up against Team USA, but he decided to decline the spot on Team USA because he wanted to be able to focus more on being prepared and ready for this upcoming season. With him coming off the injury, him jumping into being on that roster spot could have, put him at risk. So he decided to decline that. So what does that tell you, King, in regards to his focus?
Man, he just wanted to go out there and check his temperature real quick. Now it's time to get busy. Now it's time. Listen, man, it's time to get my team together. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'll play in the Olympics. He said it himself. You're playing in the Olympics for Team USA in the future. Right now, it's go time. It's time to start the latest foundation, man, so we can get things going. Like I said, this
is not even the Olympics. This is FIBA. So I think by the time the Olympics come around, I would say this. He more like by the time I'm declared right now. By the time the Olympics come around, Cade will be on that Olympic team, and I feel like Cade will be starting on the Olympic team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll mark my words. Big Willie said it here first. On today, August 6th.
He was already coming out the gate last season. First 12 games, he was already averaging 23 points. You know what I'm saying? He was already averaging 23 points in his first 12 games. You know what I'm saying? So he already had a better start to that season than he had in his rookie season. Well, this time around, Cade has so much more talent around him.
Mm-hmm.
He has so much more shooting around him that he should be able to flourish out there. They actually going to have space out there simply because of the way that the roster is put together right now. So, you know, whether they play with the lineups or not, 2 bigs, 1 big, whatever they decide to do, I just think it's a much more free-flowing offense and it allows him to be great out there. So that's very important, man, especially for him and Ivy, because we just could not get to the rim. They was able to close out on our guards. A lot of bad things, man. I think a lot of that's getting ready to change.
Definitely. And also, we got another guy that was on that team, Durant.
Yeah.
He was looking out there and giving those guys the fits, man. So it's a lot to look forward to with those young guys. Because honestly, Cade and Durant didn't get a chance together. Technically, I don't even recall them being in the same lineup for more than a minute or two. So we didn't get a chance to see that. But we will this year, hopefully. And like I said, prayers up that, you know, these guys stay healthy. That's the main thing that we say when healthy, things can be a lot different. And that's what we're looking forward to. But it's good to see him out there. Good to see him back into the fold. Good to see, you know, he's being built up. You know, body is looking right. Pause. And he's ready to go. Nate the Great, man. What up, though, man? Good to see you.
Hey, what up, though? What up, though, to everybody in the chat? We see we got a lot of people watching right now. Just want to say what's up to everybody. Keep commenting, keep asking questions if you want something asked. Like, yo, we here, we rocking with y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Exactly.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you. Like, subscribe, share. And also, if you're feeling friendly, feeling nice, man, go ahead and send a donation to the Cash App. It is scrolling along the bottom, man. We definitely appreciate it if you do, man, because like I said, we give and we're gonna give back to you. So we definitely would appreciate a little love coming this way. So that being said, man, is any other pressing Pistons?
I did want to mention this though, because obviously there's still one move that has to be made. You know, when it comes to the Pistons, they still most likely are going to make at least one more move to try to switch up a few things on that roster. You got some players on there that we all know that's getting ready to move on from the Pistons.
Yeah.
So keeping an eye, because it's going to come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to pop out, boom, one day, and we just going to be like, oh my God, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? So watching to see how this roster is going into training camp is another thing that's going to be important, man. So, and I just want to address this real quick. What Big A said, that is true. That is true. I do honestly believe that Andre Drummond is interested in coming back to the Pistons to be a backup center. I really do, because he's been not only playing with the players, but been rocking a lot of Pistons gear, along with guys. I'm gonna say this: Devin Booker has been wearing Detroit stuff everywhere. He's been 12 places.
That's a homebody, man. He's a home guy, man.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. You at the concert with Detroit stuff, like, bro.
He repping, man.
Base, bro.
Listen, he repping. He got to rep the D because that's a hometown guy, man. So listen, shout out to him. See, you get your hopes up, man.
No, not me. It's the fan base.
It's the fan base.
Honestly, I don't think he will. But bro, like,
Peter's not letting that, man. That's too much money for that to happen, man. Too much money. That may be down the line 4 or 5 years, maybe.
I don't want
not, but
5 years.
I'm about to say we always get everybody on their last leg. I'm straight.
His ass stay in Phoenix.
Well, that's where he gonna be at. So unfortunately, but wishful thinking, y'all. So take another break, man. We're gonna have some more sports talk on the other side of the break, man. A little college talk, man. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I like college too, so we're gonna get into that. So let's take this quick break and we're gonna jump into it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's shout out to our guy T Mary with the fresh cuts. You can go ahead and, if you would, download the Bootski app, and you can go ahead and set up your appointments. Man, he's also located down there on Livernois. He's right in the same area as the Culture. So you want to go get your fresh cut, fresh fit, go ahead down there. He's cutting at 21st Century Beauty and Barber Salon right next to Cuzzo's. You know, Cuzzo's just recently reopened after they remodeled. So go down there if you want to, man. Set you up an appointment, get you a fresh cut. Tell them that your DSN sent you, Dynasty Sports Network, man. Like I said, my boy, he's fired with the cuts, man. With that being said,
Go blue, baby.
First of all, Wiseman, you ain't just gonna shift your whole thing. You had a Michigan side of the wall behind you. Like we ain't noticed what just happened. You
Hey,
know?
man, listen, man. Hey, you know what it is, man. Listen, when we get into that GOAT talk, you're going to see a whole nother wall, too, Jack. I'm saving that one, though.
Let me turn this way so I can get my Michigan. Wow. I'm looking like, what is this? He got the what's the name behind him, man? And I'm like, bro, what is this?
Hey, go blue, baby.
Hey, I hear you.
It's magic.
I did one of these, and
Not to watch.
Right.
But listen. Fall camp has officially begun for the Michigan Wolverines. They began fall camp this past Wednesday, as well as other college football teams. So for me, Wiseman, King, that's just another thing. Listen, the weekends is about to be sold up. I don't know how strong y'all relationships are out there, but I pray that y'all have developed a strong relationship, because these Saturdays and Sundays is about to be filled with football.
there is a God. Praise the Lord. It is that time of year. It's the most wonderful time. Listen, this is Christmas right here. You hear me? So
Christmas
we
and
got
summertime.
football every weekend, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Praise God, man. This is a great place to be.
And high schools on Fridays.
And high school's on for Friday Night Lights, baby. Can't forget those.
It's man season, man.
It is
It's
definitely
man season.
man season. So I want to get into this because, like I said, it's become that time, and there seems to be some big expectations coming out of the big house that this team right here is poised for a national championship, not just to be a contender, but to win the national championship this year. So with that, you see, we had 70% of our starters come back this year. Offensive line is poised to be another great offensive line. We got some guys coming out of the transfer portal, as well as, what we already had here. We got the dynamic duo in the backfield with Edwards and Corum coming back. So that's going to happen, as well as JJ McCarthy at quarterback. So this team is poised.
No
this
doubt.
team is poised to do some things.
Bro, wait, hold on, bro. I knew it was coming. I was waiting. I was really looking
The Burger Gate.
I knew the burger was coming from Big A from somewhere. I knew it, man.
Of course, that's something we're going to have to deal with. That was one of the we weren't going to say a hiccup, because the first 4 games that the Wolverines will be playing should be no problems. But of course, the suspension is looming. They haven't made it official yet, but the suspension is looming in regards to Jim Harbaugh being suspended for the first 4 games because of some infractions that happened during the COVID year, which comes about him supposedly buying a kid a cheeseburger.
They calling Harbaugh cheeseburger Eddie, man.
I mean, you can't even feed the hungry no more without getting scrutinized, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, that man was hungry. He just bought a hamburger, man. Like, what the hell are we doing? That's called, in my opinion, Harbaugh is a humanitarian.
Right. He
Bought a kid a hamburger.
Not just a hamburger, a cheeseburger.
Yeah, well, with cheese.
Cheeseburgers,
with
man.
Cane in the drive-thru, but he
I
didn't
said
get
with
cheese
cheese
on the burger. See what almost happened to that situation?
You almost lost your life, man.
Well, cheeseburger.
We're supposed to be brothers. You trying to get smart? You trying to get knowledge?
Right.
But like I said, we're looking forward to the college season and looking forward to what these Wolverines are going to do. So, Wise man, what's your expectations for the Wolverines so far?
I feel like it's very strong that we can go undefeated, man. It's just really it's quarterback play, man. If our quarterback comes out and plays football, it's talent all over the board, man. If he comes out and he balls, I don't see nobody really beating us for real. And like right now, as of now, we got Ohio State number. That's always been our nemesis. But right now we got their number, man. So I really felt like going into it with all the acquisitions that Michigan got through recruiting and all that jazz, man. I feel like, man, listen, the hype train is real with the Wolverines, Jack. That is for sure. Not so much for Sparty, but for the Wolverines, for sure.
Right. Cute uniform.
Cute uniform, Sparty.
Hey, listen. I like the uniform. And listen, the locker room is sweet. Now I gotta give them that. Man.
It is.
I like room inspired. So, King, man, what you got some expectations?
Bro, I've been waiting for you to ask me, and I know Big A is in the comments, but y'all already know I'm finna say some hood rat stuff.
You might as well.
It's natty or bust, bro.
Facts.
Period. Damn it, Harbaugh. I need a national championship.
There we go.
I'm tired of
Forced
talking
to get
about we can do and we should do. It's time to do.
Time to do.
I don't know if that's a pause moment or not, but hey,
I mean, hey, people shit every day, B. Like,
so, that's my expectation flat out, man. It's nothing, no way, other shape or form, anything. I need a natty, man. It's time. I need a natty and I need a Super Bowl ring for my life. I need both of those this season.
In our life, it gotta happen in our lifetime, man. Listen, we got to stay the course. We gotta have faith. What the Bible say? As a mustard seed. That's all we need is faith. As a mustard seed.
Faith of a mustard seed. Yes, sir. When two more is in agreements, so shall I be.
Hey, we can move on. Okay. So let's do this.
Come on, Telegu.
Man, I just wanted to go ahead and do our Crip walk on Ohio State this year. I need my Lions do the Crip walk on Justin Fields because Ohio State quarterback Bears. I hate them. So all of these things to happen this year. I need a natty from you, Harbaugh. I need one. I have to have
Listen, King, I'm on that hype train with you. At this point, that's the next level. Like being 2-6 in the last 8 bowl games is not a good look. As much as the success that we've had these last couple of years, that next level that we're expecting, we can't be laying eggs in bowl games and college football playoffs. The expectation is national championship, getting there, winning it, and not only getting there and making sure we're playing at the caliber that we're known that we could be playing as. No laying eggs, no. Or we're not prepared. We didn't get them prepared right now. I don't hear there's no excuse. I can agree to that. There's no excuses. There's nothing else left to be had. We've done everything. We won the Big Ten back to back. We got a hell of a squad here. This is, nationally everyone knows that this team is loaded.
No doubt.
So we definitely need to go out and take care of business. Let's do it. It's about that time and we have Big Ten. We're in need of a championship, man. It's been a while, especially now that we got these new additions to the Big Ten. Now, of course, we was already had UCLA and USC in the fold, but just this past weekend, Oregon and Washington has officially joined the Big Ten, which is now technically the Big 18.
Yeah, I heard WC3 join the Pac-12.
Oh man,
UD Mercy.
Oh man, listen, the Pac-12 is officially disbanded. They have 4 teams left, which they'll be making their way exodus to another conference very soon. But with that being said, Wise man, what do you feel about those additions and the Big Ten?
I love those additions. I love the all the teams being added. That's just gonna make the conference that much more better. I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep their rivalry games amongst themselves and some of the other Pac-10 teams that's still out there, like Oregon State, Stanford, and Washington State. I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep their rivalries going and all that jazz, man. But I don't know. I like to pose a question to y'all. Does this put us SEC level now with all these additions?
Well, I think it may have put us above the SEC.
I want to
As
say
far
that, man,
as-
because
as
we got
far as-
that's four heavy hitters, man.
Well, as far as what I was going to say, as far as notoriety goes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
right.
you bringing in the USC and the UCLA with mixed in with the Michigan and Ohio State,
Right.
you got West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, all within that confine.
And listen, don't forget the South, because there are rumors that Florida State and Clemson are trying to get bought out of the ACC, which is going to cost them
I
around.
kind of figured you was going to
That's going to cost
Florida
them.
State talk.
You know, I'm a Florida State fan. You know, and I love my
Uh-huh.
Seminoles. So, you know, and that's going to cost them around $120 million a piece to get out of that deal, because the ACC got them locked up until 2036. However, they're not getting their TV revenue, which is going to be like $30 million less than what everybody else is getting per year. So
Right.
that's something
And
to
this-
be on the lookout for too. Clemson and Florida State are very rumored to be part of the Big Ten.
And that's been a big room. And I was speaking with Big Game in regards to that, because he had mentioned that what you said there, Kaz, about the buyout.
Yeah.
The TV deals that the Big Ten is getting now, that buyout would be a drop in the bucket, because they'll make
No
that back.
doubt. You're going to get that
And-
back.
They'll get that back in a season or two.
Yep.
So I think they'd be willing to take that risk off of the simple fact that the Big Ten has billion-dollar TV deals going on right now as we speak.
Back.
Reason why Oregon and Washington, even though they say it's not just about the money, we know that you can't pass up on $90 million per year
No, sir.
per team on TV deals. You're not going to be able to pass it up, especially when you in the Pac-12 when they not give you but 10, maybe even 20. And like you said, the ACC, their deal is not as potent as what they're seeing in the Big Ten. So it's looking like the college football conference layout is officially about to change until I would say a Big Three, because right now it's the
Yeah, it's gonna be a
big-
Power 3 instead of a Power 5, man. Because again, you can't, like, Pac-10, that can't be considered a Power 5 no more. Like, no way.
Not at
And
all.
then, like I said, if Clemson and Florida State do leave the ACC, there's no way that's a Power 5 no more. Like,
Yeah.
with the likes of Virginia, North Carolina, I mean, Miami's gonna be forced to make a move too if they leave. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna go in the tank, man.
The only thing I could see if ACC would stay along and it would be a Power 4 conference is if those other 4 teams that was in the Pac-12 go over to the ACC.
That's kind of crazy too.
But it's still both, it's crazy for us that, we got East Coast and West Coast teams.
That's very true, because I thought I'd never see the day where USC and Michigan in the same conference. G.
Man,
Not
what?
at all.
Yeah,
So
that's tough
it's
right
either
there.
going to be a Big 3 or Big 4 conference, in which it's not as bad as people may think of it, because, like I said, we have the change in the college football playoff right now, in which it's extended to 12 teams. With 8, go get selected, and 4 is going to be in a buyout. So with the conferences changing up the way it used to be, it's a lot of big things going on with this college football playoffs. That
Dog, I feel bad for them West Coast students.
Lord have mercy.
Players, they gonna get a whiff of that good old
Grown man football.
Ooh.
Grown man.
I say we
Ain't
can
that old
go play
Some stuff
sunshine.
no more.
They gotta come
No.
over. Boy,
Grown man.
I was thinking
football.
about it. Listen, I know it's going to be a change in time frame that could be a little jet lag for the schools over here on the east, but like y'all coming in, and we don't have domes here.
Let
in
it
the
go.
Big Ten.
let
Y'all
them come
listen.
feel that. Let them come feel Ann Arbor for real.
Yeah, we feel what that NFL feel like.
Yeah.
Step on my damn toe. Yeah, and that's something I look forward to seeing is to see. Honestly, I feel like I wouldn't mind having a Florida State, Clemson, some of those schools down in the South to join the Big Ten, because I feel like them schools, they duck those weather games that we have here.
No doubt. And then too, I just like to see the landscape change, because I mean, playing the same teams every year, that get a little dull. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
that it's mixed up a little bit, man, it's a little more exciting to me, because it look like it's a playoff game now. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Mhm.
different. It looked different. So I love it for that.
And it's going to be a playoff atmosphere going forth, and it entices for the beginning of new rivalries as well. So
Yeah.
we can see new rivalries going along. So it's definitely intriguing. So it's something that we all going to be looking forward to going forth in the season. But first things first, we got to make sure that we here at Michigan take care of business and make sure we take care of the season and get to that natty and win that natty. Because last year, man, I had my bottle ready. King, we had our bottles ready.
Man, we was ready.
It was New Year's Eve, and we was ready to pop them bottles. But unfortunately, we wasn't able to. So we had to say, hopefully we'll save it for this year and, be able to get those bottles popped this year, man. So I look forward to the season, man. So make sure you guys stay in tune with Dynasty Sports Network, because we're going to bring more college information to y'all, more Michigan information. Of course, our boy DC, he's not here. He's our perennial Spartan guy, so we can't clown him right now because he's gone. But he's going to bring 30 seconds of Spartan time that we allow him to have on Dynasty Sports Network before we cut his mic off.
Busted, disgusted, and not to be trusted.
Man,
indeed.
Hold that shit up.
Hey, listen, man. We had a fun show today, man. It's been fun, man.
Yes, sir.
Excited, man. You guys have been in the comments heavy, man. The talks have been fired, man. We've been enjoying ourselves.
Okay,
Hey,
we gotta let Big A go ahead, Wiseman, but Big A got a point. We gotta talk about it.
No, hold on, time. I just want to give a shout out to King Davis, the Magler, New Breed Sports, 0-16, Eric Williams, Giles Contracting, Big Dog, Patty Grimes. I want to give a shout out to everybody. Nate Bowen, 810.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us all day, that we see y'all in the comments, man. Just shout out, showing us love, man. I appreciate all y'all for being here. We appreciate y'all for being here. And continue to chime in, like, subscribe if you have it. And go ahead, King. My bad, baby. I just want to give a shout out to everybody.
Sprite don't get no love over here on this channel, my brother. I'm sorry. Shout out to our guy Bree, but yeah, it really gets love over here. And Big A will be back in the fold in a week or two, so y'all can definitely go hear more about that when he comes back. But he wants us to talk about the situation that went down in Alabama that we mentioned at the beginning of the show.
Belts to ass.
The Montgomery Dock Party situation that's going on with the oh man, listen. Listen, our people coming and listen, when we come in force, man.
Hey man, listen, you won't smoke when you swim across shark-infested waters to whoop somebody's ass, okay?
Oh my life.
That's it. I want all smoke.
If you guys haven't seen the video, it's been going across social media, any platform you're going to see it on there.
Oh, buddy in the water.
Listen, it's coming, man. Oh, where is he at? Where is he at? Come on. There's a fight going on.
He say he coming through like dogs.
There you go.
Donna. Listen, he will give Mike Phelps a run for the money. Look how fast.
Listen, dog.
That's a good
man.
old.
I wish he was my friend, Jack.
Right? Get up there, young buck.
Listen.
You know that's the South.
And it went down at that point because that security guard, the squad came up. Listen, no one was safe after this point. Listen, now we here at Dynasty Sports Network, we don't condone violence, but sometimes an ass whooping is an ass whooping, and then when you go off, it's needed. And when you go off and you disrespect the guy for doing his job, and you decide to jump that guy and not be listen, we all from the hood. We know you gotta be aware of your surroundings when you go ahead and partake in those types of activities. And those guys probably had a couple of dillies and more on their boats, and they felt that they was privileged enough to go ahead and go after that man and didn't see the forces that was around him, and they end up paying for it.
I expect the same from these fans. If we at a away game and y'all see me get my ass whooped, y'all better jump in.
Listen, if y'all ain't swinging, it's gonna be a problem, G.
Help! Y'all better come help. No, but all seriousness though, man. Listen, man. Hey, certain situations happen. Those guys, full of alcohol, had no business jumping on that security guard that's trying to do his job, and justice caught him. Justice caught him. For this time around, justice caught him. Instead of a bunch of people standing around with some cell phones recording it, they decided to help this man.
and I'm glad they did.
They got active. And now, and
100%.
all fairness, they wanted to listen. We're gonna even this thing out. And
Yeah.
boy, they did. There were a couple of chair
Hey, that swim up was
moments.
epic, bro. I ain't never seen nobody swim up to whoop somebody's ass, G.
Listen,
that was epic, bro.
Listen, he needs to get an ESPY award for that.
Man, an NAACP award, something. Y'all
Man.
get that man
Award for
something,
that.
G.
I'd have been hanging off the ledge of that thing, half dead, trying to catch my breath.
You hear me?
Right, because he got out the water, took his shoe out. He lost the other shoe in the water.
Yeah.
He
No,
took the shoe off and was ready to go. That's that young man energy. That you can tell that was a young
how the
man.
young cats in the DB talking? Hey, Doggy Bone was on all that.
Man. That's wild.
Listen.
Yeah, buddy.
But if you guys haven't checked it out, please make sure y'all go ahead and get that a look, because that made our day for today. It's going to make a lot of people's days for today. So with that being said, listen, we had another great show. We're going to get into some final thoughts, man. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it to my guy, Cass, man. What final thoughts you got on this evening?
Final thoughts is, first and foremost, like I've been saying all day, man, shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us today, man. We appreciate y'all. We love the energy y'all was giving today, man. All the laughter, the jokes, all that jazz, man. Just shout out to y'all for just rocking with us. And again, man, I'm looking forward to my Lions. I'm looking forward to the Wolverines this season. I'm just looking forward to football, man. And we will be at Ford Field Friday for the Lions and Giants preseason game. So if you see us out, if you're out there, man, come up, pull up on us. Let's have a good time, man. Let's get some dillies in us, and let's have a good time, man. I'm gonna try to get thrown out the game Friday for sure.
And please believe
I got
that
the bell.
situation that
My
happened
man.
in Montgomery won't happen here. Trust and believe that. Don't. Hey, listen. Come
Hands
up on
is
us.
nice,
come
B.
up on us correct. Listen, we love y'all, but listen, my head is always on a swivel.
Yes, sir.
Nah, man.
King, what you got your final thoughts, man?
Hey, man, football. It's here. It's time. I need this weather to go on and cool down and get that good old fall breeze.
No doubt.
I'm ready to do some tailgating this year. I'm ready to do some barbecues and some backyards and everything else, man, to watch some football. It's that time of the year. This is man's time of the year, and I'm ready to enjoy it, bro.
I'm with you
Absolutely.
on that. I am definitely with you on that. Listen, this is the time of the year that we, King, Wiseman, DC, Big A, brothers at the D1, the D13 XP, what we all been clamoring and waiting on, man, is to be able to give y'all this content in regards to football and college and, you know, some basketball. So this is our time of the year that we really like to show up and show out for you guys. So make sure you guys are locked in. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, of course. And if you haven't spread the word, please do so. Let your people know, listen, man, it's a fun show, man, that we've been watching every week. As you can see, we have fun with each other and we have fun with you guys. And we want this
Hey,
thing
shout
to
out
grow.
for the Lions for the blue buffs, baby.
Sir,
Blue
yes,
Buffs on
we
deck.
forgot to get a shout out. You know, they pass these out there in training camp, so you know we had to make sure we come on rocking the bus. King gave us to his seed, so he wasn't able to put it on today. But anyway, we look forward to these upcoming weeks. We got a lot of content that's going to be going on, especially with the Lions. Man, everyone is excited, not just locally but nationally. Excited about the Lions. I'm excited. King's excited. Cass excited. We all excited. Let's make this a big thing. Let's make this a movement. So we appreciate you guys for coming in, rocking with us. And like I said, at the end of every show, please take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Enjoy your night. Dynasty Sports Network, we out.
Yeah, go out.